That's fine. If you want to change your file path, you can. You can click on browse and put it to any folder you want. You know, I shouldn't have to walk you through that. If you're automatically choosing different folders, then you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, just continue with the next. Desktop, yes. Quick launch, no. Quick launch is just going to put an icon down here in your quick launch. I like to keep my taskbar somewhat clean. We'll have a desktop icon though. And install. And launch. So I like what the new logo that they picked. I think it's snazzy. Alright, so first noticeable change is when you select your market, there's no demo accounts in here. I like it. It's clean now. It's a much shorter list. Before you had to scroll all the way down through the demo accounts, you know. I like this look. I'm surprised they actually support HitBTC. You don't see too many bots out there supporting HitBTC. This is fantastic. Or even OKCoin. Like, I don't use OKCoin. I probably never would. You know, personal preference. But the fact that they support it is fantastic. If we choose Binance, you'll see over here it says choose currency pair 2 of 20. You know, and if I pick Bittrex, it's 3 of 6. Now you can have more. It just says you may notice a decrease in performance. Now it's not a decrease in performance on margin, it's a decrease in performance on your exchange side. So remember I was saying that Bittrex is a little bit more strict with the amount of traffic that you can send to and from, and why multiple APIs can be a benefit. That's why. So I've run more than 6 with Bittrex. You're not limited, even though it says 3 of 6. I can go to like 9 of 6 if I want. You can run as many as you want. You just may run into problems. So if you start getting throttling issues or an IP ban or anything like that from Bittrex, then you start reducing the number of pairs, or you start adding on the fly. So maybe have 6 constantly running all the time, and keep adding more. You can manually trade with other ones on the fly. I think it's just the number that can be running 24/7 is they recommend 6. And we're going to use Binance for this. And you can run multiple exchanges. I'll show you how to add another exchange once we're into margin. And you can run 20 pairs on here and 6 pairs on Bittrex, or more pairs, and Poloniex and Kraken and HitBTC. Margin, I haven't noticed any performance issues on margin, and I've run it against a few exchanges now. So we're going to say demo market. 1 Bitcoin is fine. You can change that if you want to play, with 5 Bitcoin. But we'll leave it at 1 for now. The initial BNB, that's if you're going to, it's not like it's checking your actual Binance wallet, so you can put some BNB here. We'll say 2. And let's just pick some pairs to start with. So I see it's got 2 pairs picked by default. And Leonardo used to do that too. So I picked ETH BTC, so that's a good one. I'm going to leave that one. And BTC USDT. I think this one's new. I don't recall Leonardo automatically having this one selected, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm not much of a tetherer myself, but there are quite a few people are, and I think they'll appreciate the fact that this pair exists. So let's just pick ADA. What else? Lisk. Yeah, we'll add more pairs. Eventually, I'm gonna actually put in my account. You guys can see what I'm swinging. It changes day to day. ONT. ONT. My God, the last 48 hours, ONT's gone up like what, 30-something%. It's made me good money actually. Just ONT probably would have paid for half of a license here for 1 month, just in the last 48 hours, with the trades that I've been doing on that one through Margin Maker and manually. We'll do QTIM. If I'd have known how ONT was going to go off, it's like that way always, right? Like, only if you knew, I'd have bought a shitload more. And just to bug you Verge haters out there, I like Verge. I'm going to add it anyways. And Verge has been doing really well the last week with the new Pornhub partnership that they've got going on. And I'm going to click login. You have to agree to the disclaimer, otherwise obviously you can't use the software. The more pairs you have, the longer it's going to take to initialize. So if you go and select 20 pairs and you notice that yours is a little slower than mine, that's why, right? So let's maximize this. This is bright white. So this is the installation of margin. That's it. You're up and running. You can switch between your pairs at the top here. You can see that it's giving me all the candle action. You can switch with your time windows. If you use your mouse scroll button, you can zoom in, zoom out. Your candles, you can expand them. You know, you can bring in the volume over here on the right with holding down the right mouse button. You have your order book down here. You know, your asks, your buys, your bids. The BTC USDT option that they've added. You have your wallet. Up here you can check your balance. You'll see that I've got 2 BNB and 1 Bitcoin. If you're using it against a legitimate exchange, if you have a license, you know, obviously if you have anything on Binance or Bittrex, it's going to bring everything in and fill in your balances. The reserved will show you anything that's on a limit order or pending. And then you have the total of both on the right hand side here. Settings and configurations. We're going to go over more of this in another video, but for now, because it's already 1:19 a.m., I'm going to change this to dark. There we go, much better. And I'm going to change this to green because I kind of like the green look. And we'll change the font real quick. We'll just go with Ubuntu. I find the Ubuntu much cleaner looking font. Personal preference. This little window over here, this is your kind of like your logbook, your notifications. So every time it makes a buy or a sell or has an issue, it logs it in here. I'll go over that in another video because there's also a way you can clear them out of here as well. Left hand side here, you have your manual trading. To add a strategy, you click on the little chess piece here, the little horse, and by default it's Bollinger Bands. You can do static ping pong or the margin maker. So if you want to do Bollinger Bands, you can come in here. You can name your strategy if you want. I'll just leave it right now, default. And there's your Bollinger Bands. And now you can change the parameters of your Bollinger Bands. Like if I want to have my buy band being a little lower and my sell band, being a little higher, I can. You know, I'm gonna go into more of the use and setup. I don't want to give away a lot of spoilers right now. I get excited when I come in here because I just want to show you all the cool stuff that you can do. But yeah, another video. What else? These are active orders, and these are our previously completed orders down here. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. I mean, there's some more settings in here that we're going to go into, like adding the tool windows. That's going to be a bit time consuming, but it's pretty slick. If you have multi-screens or a relatively large screen, you're going to really appreciate this because you can view and watch multiple pairs at the exact same time, including indicators. It's pretty sweet. Speaking of indicators, you can come up here and you can add indicators. Like if you don't have Bollinger Bands, you come in here and you add your Bollinger Bands. You can change your parameters if you want there. Or you can come in here and remove them if you don't want them. Same with the RSI, MACD, you know. Anyways, that's the installation of margin. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe. If you like the installation video, hit like. I do plan on bringing out more. Like I said, the second one, we're going to go over settings and configuration. That's going to be a relatively short one because there isn't really a whole lot you have to do. Like, that's the nice thing about margin is out of the box, you're pretty well ready to go. But I'm going to cover it nonetheless. And then video 3, I'm hoping to get started at the end of the week. Start going over the individual strategies, I think, and the day-to-day day trades and how to use everything you see here to start generating you some profit. Anyways, if you have any questions, ask in the comments, and I'll try and answer. If I don't answer right away, it's just because I have a job as well. So time's a little bit tight. I don't live on YouTube.